Brothers, we the Hebrew Israelites coming in week in and week out. Preach the downfall of this wicked kingdom that's spiritually Babylon, spiritually Egypt, that we call America. And also tell our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Simeon Indians, that you are the real people of the Bible, Hebrew Israelites. Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, chosen people. But first and foremost, we give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, and Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders. We're in a true come from GMS. Blessing to the Akim out there preaching his word with a whole heart and sincerity. Blessed 144,000, 1/3 entirely, the first fruits kingdom of heaven, house of David, that we that would die. And Shalom brothers out there speaking different tongues and look at different nations. Shalom to you brothers.
Shalom, shalom.
Salakia, I'm a little under the weather, woke up a little fever, head cold, if you will. But the show must go on, man. So I'm gonna go in the spirit, but this lesson is inspired by two things. Last camp that we had on, what was it, Tuesday? Last camp we had on Tuesday, at the very end of our camp, we had an Italian man from Sicily. But he didn't identify as just Italian. He identified himself as a Moor. Mind you, he had a beard. He looked just like he was an Italian man. You could tell he could tan and everything like that. But he was like, I'm Italian, but I know I'm a descendant of a Moor. And it was very intriguing. And we asked him more questions about it. Like, all right, so why do you call yourself a Moor? You know, Moor is not a nationality. Moor was more of a movement. He's like, yeah, I know it was a movement. But he said, then he went into the history and he's like, yeah, I do know that the Moors went into Italy for over 100 years and basically was dealing with the people and intermingling. And he even went into say that northern Italians don't really like Sicilians or don't really like those who are descendants of the Moors. So then I went and we started speaking to him a little bit more, and I said, well, you know what's before Moors, right? Because you know the Moorish Empire, or the Moors were those who were basically spreading Islam around northeast, northwest, and northern Africa, all up into Europe. And he's like, yeah, I didn't know about that, but I'm a Moorish descent, man, you know. And he had swag on him. He had salt. He had a lot of salt on him. And he sat here and he was listening to what we were preaching about, and you could just tell his spirit was resonating. He even stopped. He waited to the end. Then he came over, and the first thing he wanted to do was break bread with us. He was trying to give us jobs. Hey, yo, y'all need a job, or I could teach y'all how to this, and yo, brothers, if y'all need this, and da-da-da. And I said, well, look, brother, you know, the spirit, you get the spirit bear witness.
That's beautiful. I thought you did it.
And this is going to be a quick lesson, because, you know, even though this is repetitive, I just wanted to, you know, this was inspired by that, you know, all through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But this is how we know that our people are spread to the four corners of the earth. And this is why the prophecy talks about how Yahushua was sending angels to the four corners of the earth to gather his people, chiefly elect, but his people. All right, you got it?
This is Romans 8, starting at 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
So how do we know that we are Hebrew Israelites? By blood. We know that because the Spirit bears witness. When I first heard this truth, it resonated as soon as I heard it. I remember being the most excited man on the planet when I heard it. And I went and told my brothers, hey, yo, we Israelites. Yo, don't call me black no more. Don't call me Puerto Rican. Don't call me Dominican. Don't call me, you know, because technically we're what you would call biracial. But we also know in the truth there's no such thing as biracial, right? We understand that our family's just mixed in with the tribes. So we got, you know, Brazilian, Dominican, Puerto Rican, you know, and obviously Judah, you know, all mixed in. That's how we come out. So we can't sit here and pinpoint an actual tribe, but we know the Spirit bears witness that we know we are of the tribes. So when I was talking to this, he called himself a Moor, but he looked like a whole Italian man. You know, had a beard on his face, but he had salt on him, man. He had a lot of salt. The way he was talking to us, even all the words that we were saying, he's like, yo, man, what y'all talking about is real, man. It was real. And the first thing he wanted to do was basically, if you will, break bread and give alms. He's like, yo, man, look, y'all need money. I can make sure y'all making this amount of money. Weekly, get paid weekly. Y'all need a job, anything. He was just trying to give us nothing but love, right? So then I went and asked him a little bit more questions. I was like, you do know what became, you do know the Moors was an organization that was mixed up with different cultures, right? A lot of Hebrew Israelites were under the Moorish flag. Then you had the was that Genghis Khan, and Arabs and stuff, right? They all mixed in and be basically under the banner of the Moors. And I said, well, do you know the main reason why the northern Italians don't like you, right? What do they call you? And he said, yeah, they call us eggplants, mullions, and he said all these things. I'm saying, well, look, more than likely, and when we said it to him, he didn't even deny it. He accepted it. I said, well, look, more than likely, we are part of the same bloodline. You are literally from a chosen bloodline. You're not a Moor, because before the Moors were put together, there were Hebrew Israelites. And he was like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, I'm just saying, I'm used to be, I call myself a Moor. I said, all right, well, look, you got to go and do your research and go a little farther back, because you are a Hebrew Israelite by blood. And when I said that to him, and then also said that me, you, and this brother more than likely come from the exact same bloodline, he didn't deny it. He said, you know what, you're more than likely right. You're more than likely right. So, I go to say this, man. This is how we know, and we are living in the end days, because one of the prophecies of the end days was the fact that the Lord's people will start to wake up to who they are. You know, there was a reason why the Lord sent this brother here. Mind you, he was about to catch the bus or just got out of work, and he walked through this little area we in, the chief place of concourse, and he was like, "Oh," and he just resonating with him. Go ahead. What you got?
Yep. It's Baruch 2 and 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves."
So in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. So as we were, planting a seed with the brother and letting him know, hey, yo, man, you come from Israelites, man. You're an Israelite. You're not a Moor. You're not a mullion. You're not an eggplant. It seems the northern Italians know who you are. That's why they don't like you. He's like, yeah, man, me and my family, And he was agreeing. He was agreeing with everything. He wasn't like, no. He was straight like, I said, bro. He said, yeah, I'm light-skinned and all that, but I was like, yeah, bro, you come from the nation of Israel, man. You come from the lost tribes of Yasharallah, man, the nation of Israel, man. And I said, yo, do your research. He wound up trying to follow us on Instagram, asking us for a card. Like, yo, how can I break bread with y'all? And he really was trying to put money in our pocket. He said, yo, if you don't make at least an extra $1,200 a week, if you don't make an extra $1,200 a week, and mind you, listen to the number he said, an extra $1,200 a week. 12 tribes.
His age was 44.
And he was 44 years old. And he was 44 years old. That's right. His age is 44 years old. He was like, yo, man, this is this. If you need, and then he even asked us, do we need help with our platform? Like, yo, I know podcasts that I can put y'all on. I know different marketing teams and that do all of this and all that. And I can make this blow up, man, because y'all message is real. Now, mind you, I'm not going to take him up for that on that offer.
We're not going to do that, y'all.
Because I don't want to put it like this. What was freely given, we must freely give. I don't want to be put on a platform where people got to pay for subscriptions and stuff for things that the Lord gave to me freely. I'm not going to. I will feel wicked doing that. So I mean, I'm not going to take him up on that offer. But he was like, "Yo, man, I teach y'all how to make an extra $1,200 a week. And if you ain't making at least $1,200 a week, then you doing something wrong, because I give you the perfect formula." And I'm like, "Whoa, the brother was just trying to, break bread with us, man." And I truly believe, I truly believe in the scriptures, and I know that everything happens for a reason, right? All right.
Bring this, Jeremiah 12 and 9. "My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour." The point is in the beginning.
Yeah, it says, "My people are unto a speckled bird." Now, speckled bird means coming in many colors. Now, we know for a fact that our people are derivatives of brown, whether they're light-skinned like me and this brother have the same exact mom and dad, right? But if you look at us, my dad is light-skinned, my dad's the poppy, my mom is brown-skinned, right? We literally just did one of these. It's my actual blood. Came out the same womb, it came out the same nutsack. I apologize for the extraness, but this is my brother, right? So the Lord is saying that my people come as a speckled bird, man, and this is why we are compelled to speak unto the nations, right? This is why the apostles were sent out to many nations, right?
That's crazy.
What?
Wow. James 1, starting at 1. I'm going to bring out a couple others that's going to land back with this. It's James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahweh, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad greeting.
Yeah, to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. Abroad means what? Overseas, other lands, right? They're scattered abroad in all nations. That's, I think last camp I was talking about. I watched this whole video on Afro-Palestinians, right? They literally call themselves Afro-Palestinians, and they literally have been in that land since 70 AD because there was a lot of provinces that the Romans allowed certain Israelites to stay in, right? A lot of it was the Gaza Strip. A lot of it was the Gaza Strip and all of Gaza, and they stayed in that land for generation to generation. They run they literally call themselves, a lot of them call themselves Muslim now, but a lot of them still have the same teachings of being what you would call a Jew, right? And they literally said, why would I leave this land when my forefathers and forefathers and forefathers and forefathers, we could trace our lineage back? But they call them Afro-Palestinians. I believe, truthfully, that's another reason why America, the UN, United Nations have not given those people a state of their own, or if you will, their own sovereign government. Why? Because they know a lot of those people are what? Are our people. Not saying all, just like you can go to Mexico, right? They got something, they got certain areas, they got something called Afro-Mexicans, right? You got those Mexicans that look completely like Europeans, right? But you got those Mexicans that look like if you drop them in the hood, oh, that's a nigga. You know? Oh, where you from? Boricua, they're gonna think he's Puerto Rican just because he got a little darker skin, you know? And that's all over the world, man. And the Igbo tribe, and different tribes in Africa. You got over in Asia, they got descendants of Afro-Chinese, Afro-Japanese, you know? And these people are spread to the four corners of earth, which is our people. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 7, and I'm gonna go at verse 9, because from 1 through 8 is the 144,000, 12,000 out of each tribe of the 12. But here's 9 to land back off the point. And after this, after the 12,000 each tribe, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, which is Yahushua, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
God, and we know those are talking about the 1/3 that are scattered all over the world, right? Speaking in different tongues. Why? Because they were what? They've been raised in different areas, man. Yeah. It's like you can go to Africa, and you got the Igbo tribe speaking Igbo. It's a dialect of Hebrew, but I don't understand that shit. You can go to France. You got Israelites in France who speak French, German. You can go all over the world and find our people everywhere speaking different tongues. Doesn't mean that they're not our people, but they're speaking in different tongues, and they're also looking like different nations because of what they've been mixed in. They've been mixed in. How they've been mixed in is because our forefathers are having sex with their women. And from generation to generation, they become more and more like the nation that they were in, but the blood running through the veins have always stayed the same. That's why they can call themselves Hebrew Israelites, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Knowing that our Father, you know, is redeeming all of our people. Because all of our people will be redeemed, even the 2/3. They got to know death by pain, but they will be in the kingdom. All right? What you got?
Yeah, I want to go back to that. I'm going to go in a blue letter. We were just Revelation 7 and 9, and okay, so all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to what you call I'm gonna go to KJV, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the blue letter, because the one the apostles brought this out as well. And we go into kindreds to put that into a context so that you know that's talking about Israel only. Kindreds goes into
the scripture first.
Salaki, okay. So this is Revelations 7 and 9. It says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. And we go to the interlinear, the elder Malcolm brought this out. It's Fule. Yeah, Fule goes into kindreds. Here we go. Fule, which is is G5443. It goes into a tribe in the NT, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob.
Of the patriarch.
Patriarch Jacob, yep.
Yep. So even in the scriptures in was that Revelation 7:9? Revelation 7:9, the word kindred means that you are a descendant of one of the 12 tribes of the patriarch, right? Now if you look up kindred in just the normal definition, it's just one's family and relations. One's family, your immediate family, right? So the Lord is gathering our people from the four corners of the earth, right? Get that angel of ascent. Angel of ascent together. Okay. Our people are being redeemed from the four corners of the earth.
You know what? And which is obviously in context reasons. It tells you that because we all know that the 144,000 is the government body elect, right? And also entirely the 1/3 with the men, women, and children. A multitude is also who believe is what it's getting into. It's the 144,000, the done daughters, and then all the rest of the elect as far as men, women, and children. So that's it's simple.
Yeah, but see, a lot of Christians will get this because as soon as they hear and all those kindreds of all different nations and different tongues, they believe that they can be what? Grafted in, are part of this, are part of the congregation, if you will. I mean, they cannot, because if they just did a little bit more studying, they would know that the Bible, since the beginning to the end, is a love story between Yahweh Shem Yahushai and his people.
You know what? And a lot of confusion too can go into the book of Acts, like Acts 14, 15, 16, 17, all the way to 19 is heavy in Gentiles. But if you gotta have the Spirit of the Lord to dissect in between it, where in small inserts it would talk about Israel, and it would give a gap, and then it'd be Gentiles into the other, especially when somebody. Go ahead.
No. What you're saying is absolutely right. This is what everyone knows, that Paul's writings have always been controversial.
Yep,
and the reason why they're controversial is because people don't read in context. People don't. Everybody went to freaking school, right? At least I hope everybody at least graduated high school. And they used to teach you when you did English class to what? Who is what? What is the subject? What is the purpose? What is the plot?
Right.
What is the meaning? Who is speaking to who and why? Right? When you read the scriptures, it literally is formatted exactly like that. So when people sit here and say, well, I don't believe that, it's because it's called cognitive dissonance. You hear it, you understand it, but you don't want to believe it because it's contrary to what you want to actually believe.
Correct.
It's as simple as that.
And also, like the one excerpt, I believe is an X. I believe it's X 19 or it's 17. It's between 17 to 19. There's actual where Paul, I believe Barnabas, but I know Paul and another brother. They actually go to the whole. To the Israelites who know they're Israelites, preaching the word. It's a lot more simple. Remember Paul
and those Israelites were being what proud.
Yeah.
They were being proud, like whoa, we the real Israelites. Them over there, these people or those people, they act like Greeks. They act like this. They act like that. They act like Romans. They not us. And then Paul had to say, and that's why Paul said neither Jew nor Greek.
Yep.
He had to say it that way because he had to let them know, hey, if they are part of this bloodline, they are part of the body. Whether they know that or believe that or not, they are ordained because of their bloodline. The Lord made promises with the bloodline, right? And we're going to get a lot of people, like I'm pretty sure there's Jakes and there's Jakes that don't even know that they're Jakes.
Right.
That's the whole purpose. There's going to be Jakes like, I'm Japanese. All I know is Japanese. Right? And they actually look like Japanese. And maybe their great grandfather mixed in, and then that seed kept going. Their sons and their sons and their sons and their sons. But remember, all you need was the one Israelite man, and it doesn't matter how many women they've been with after that, it stays the same bloodline, right? So then you're gonna have children and relatives that don't believe in any of this, that won't believe that they're even a part of this nation because all they know is what they know, whether they're Greek, whether they're Italian, or the brother called himself a Moor. That's all he knows. So when we first said it to him, he's like, nah, man, I identify as a Moor. But then we had to break it down to him to give him a better understanding. Like, well, look, do your research, but you are a Hebrew Israelite by blood, not by flag, by blood. And we had to give him those contexts, right? And like I said, and then there are going to be people, and there are going to be people that are part of that 1/3 that are going to wake up in the day of thy power. They might have heard this truth. They might even heard something about, about grandpa used to get it in with these white women. or these Asian women, or these Arab women, or they it used to be like, whoa, what? You used to do what? We all dark though. Well, yeah, well, that's because after he had his son liked chocolate, and his son came out like chocolate, so it didn't look like it was no mixing in. But if you go great back, right? Your grandpa dealt with a lot of different white women or women of other nations, man.
The Wali Yahabashim al-Shah, I did that. Just very fortunate for me. You know, I came fully into the truth shortly after I heard it, because I didn't reject it, but I kind of did. You know, I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. You know, okay, we Israelites, okay, yeah, all right, whatever.
You didn't have an understanding of it.
Not at all. I mean,
the thing is this: you can tell somebody that they're an Israelite, but if they don't know the why behind it, they will never grasp it.
right, correct.
It's just the why behind it. Like anything, you go to school, you're a teacher, and you're trying to teach your kids a new method. They're gonna go, "This is whack." But then you tell them, "Well, look, I'm teaching you this. Why? Because this is going to benefit you in the future, or this is going to help you do X, Y, and Z." Then they go, "Oh!" Then they are more compelled to want to learn and do it. This is human nature. It's completely human nature, man. But go ahead.
Matthew 24, starting at 30. And then shall appear the sign of Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
So from one end of heaven to the other, all the elect is not in America. All the elect is not in South America. They're in Europe or in Africa. They're scattered around. Now, chiefly, we know that the majority of the diaspora, is what? North and South America, right? So we know that based off of the prophecies, we do understand that a lot of our people are in these lands. So guess what? The Lord raised up most of the prophets where? In these lands. Why? Because much work needs to be done. You know, it says the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. So the Lord has a concentration of the Hebrew Israelites, or which say prophets, men on the streets in these lands, because this is where it's needed. Right? Then you have camps in Europe, Italy, because with the Italians, we already know. We just talked about the Moors and the Moors and that whole thing, right? We talked about Europe. We already know about the slave trade, how the Native Americans were being sold. Because remember, our people were being sent all over the world. A lot of Native Americans were sold into Europe, into Africa, and into Asia, right? A lot of the Northern Kingdom was sold around or killed, right? But everything has been moving around. So basically, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were sold this way, right? But the Northern Kingdom, most of them was sold out into the world. So
stayed.
Yeah, or stayed. And we know a lot stayed. So this is why the Lord is going to send his angels to gather the elect from the four corners of the earth, right? This is why the unicorn, if you will, was created. What? So this message could be sent to the four corners of the earth. You know, and the unicorn is what we call the internet. Right?
And it had to be so because, you know, our forefathers, which is us, we went off, and the Lord told us that if we go against that blood contract, that he will take our heritage and scatters around the world.
Yep.
And that's
might just get the price.
And that's a bad curse. That's a tough curse, because
get the price.
You know, even when you even like now when you in a position where you're outnumbered by people you don't know or relate to, it's kind of corny. It sucks, man. Let alone, you know, you've been forced into it. You got to obey by them. You know, it's a bad situation to be over conquered by your enemies. This is Deuteronomy 28.
Since you're already in there, after you get that, grab sign and wonder.
Okay.
Should be a final sign and wonder. That's how you're gonna do.
What first?
Who would you want to grab first?
60. Hit the point. I got it. Okay, this is specific. Okay, here we go. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there shall serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
See, and so this is why our people are going to be acting like the other nations, because they were sold to all of the nations. They're going to worship other gods, other customs. They're going to be in an entirely different, if you will, atmosphere, man. They're not going to even know that they're Israelites. They're going to call themselves after their own names, after the lands of their names, the languages that they have, or that they were taught. And this is why, right? But the Lord also made it very clear that even though my people are going to be sent to the four corners of the earth because I'm punishing them, he said that you're also still going to know who my people are, because it doesn't matter where they go in the world. These are the signs that you will know. And what are the signs that you're going to know that they're Hebrew Israelites? Are the curses. In Deuteronomy 28 and 68, you read the curses. Most of these curses are on all of our people for a sign and a wonder. Get it?
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 46. It says, and they shall. Okay. Yup. It says, and they shall be upon thee. No, I'm sorry. Moreover, 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
See, so these curses shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder forever and ever, even to generations, right? And the reason why the curses are still upon our people is because what? One, we have to repent and come back into the law, such as commandments are of Yahweh Shem Shah. But at the same time, it's also to designate who the Lord's children are. It doesn't matter where you go in the world, how you look, what nationality you repping, what language you're speaking. The nation of Israel is the nation of Israel. You're going to have these curses upon you for a sign and a wonder. And this is why, even to this day, in most of these lands, they always have what? They always have a coin phrase. Afro-Palestinian. Afro-Arabs.
No.
Afro-Latina.
No.
Afro-Mexican. Afro-Brazilian. Why is it always Afro with something? Why? Because what? And what is one of the things that these people are going through? Most of these people are going through what? The same curses all over the world. It does not matter where they are. They're still going through the curses. They're still ostracized. They're hated by all people. They're called Afro-Latino and not just Latino because people are trying to differentiate themselves from them. Hey, we not them. I'm Latino, but I'm not that. Why? Because that's also a curse. That people will hiss at you. People will they'll have you bywords, and you'll be called names that bywords. Being called Afro anything is a byword. It ain't like I'm part of Afro-Indians. Oh, you an Afro-Indian? Yeah, so why can't you just be called an Indian? You same color as the rest of them. Oh, nah, man. We different. I'm brown. He black Indian. Damn. Why ain't he the same as you? Why? Because people can understand the differences of people, right? But the Lord made it so it's, if you have the spirit to see, you're going to know who our people are, man. So when that brother who called himself a Moor walked up, the Italian guy, we felt it right away. Oh, the spirit bear witness. Then there's a video out right now of this Edomite. This Edomite, I don't know what his name called, but it's funny as hell. And they was like, they asked him, so you call yourself a nigga? I ain't never called myself nothing. I am what I am.
And I'm not what I ain't gonna be.
And I'm not what I ain't gonna be. So meaning, like he even said, I ain't never dealt with a white woman my entire life. I only mess with the sisters. And he's an old Edomite, got a beard, but he got the salt on him, swag on him, something about his spirit. He basically like, look, man, this is what I identify as. I'm not calling myself black or anything like that, but this is how I feel. This is how I was brought up. This is how I know what I know. Guess what? 9 times out of 10.
What you think?
What?
Judging the spirit.
Well, based off the videos, bro, he remember, because I don't give many Edomites. I don't give me, and I'm be honest. I don't give many Edomites leeway. I be like, that's Edomite. When brothers be like, yo, he fast as shit, Christian McCaffrey. So what? They got mighty men in their nation too. They can have one fast motherfucker.
Like that?
I don't want to give a fuck.
Like that though?
Bro, Esau's first of all.
Yo, he like the only East Edomite I ever seen. And even the young boy on my team when I was in Shippensburg, Mike Fournette, that moved like Christian McCaffrey, I'm a little iffy about that.
I don't want to hear it, man. Look, see, like I said, I'm very critical. The indicator says you an Edomite, smell like Edomite, look like Edomite. 9 times out of 10 is an Edomite. Just because you got a little salt on you. Remember, another thing about salt is this. So-called black culture is the most predominant culture in the world. Meaning everybody wants to listen to hip-hop. They got Japanese hip-hop now, Korean hip-hop. They got fucking German hip-hop. They got all types of hip hop. Everybody wants to do hip hop, right? Everybody want to dance and be all. I mean, just because a motherfucker can dance don't mean that he a fucking Jake. Just because a motherfucker can put some words together and rhyme don't mean he's a Jake. Just because one white motherfucker can run fast and cut don't mean he a Jake. I'm sorry, but that's just me.
Yo, look, I'm just saying this one time.
Man.
Yo, Edomites like a Christian McCaffrey. If any brothers know that, the 49ers running back, so-called Edomite, is a rare
So you basically
specimen of
saying
an Edomite that can move like that.
But you also
very rare.
But you also, bro, they can have one. Why can't they have one?
Yeah.
We dominate everything.
Oh,
if 99,
shit.
if you got 100 apples, you got 100 red apples,
Yo.
and all the red apples taste good, but that one green apple tastes just like the red apple. All right, that's still one fucking green apple. I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it, man.
Yo.
Look, man, Christian McCaffrey, we gonna see in the kingdom.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
To me,
I'll put it to you like this: if Christian McCaffrey came up to be a Jake,
Perfect example.
we're gonna be like, we thought
All
that.
right, perfect example. Or
that makes sense.
You know what? I got one for you. The Kelsey brothers. You got one Kelsey brother, only dates black women, gets his shape up. He's the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs.
right,
And then you got the Kelsey brother who played for the motherfucking Eagles, and he's a motherfucking cowboy. Don't want to hear it.
I mean,
And they're brothers, same mom and dad. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. We got the one. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
what
Then you
about
got the-
actual real Jakes that grew up in That's what the whole video is about. That grew up in Edomite world and moved like an Edomite. Move like him.
Bro, no, okay, and it's for edification's sake. There's country music out. It's these black people taking over country music. It's country music, but it still sounds so much smoother.
Well, who created country music though?
But I'm still giving the perspective of
I see
it.
what
You got
you're
my
saying.
little whiskey girl. Then you got these motherfucking Jakes now. Yeah, my baby downtown. Like, bro, I'm sorry.
Yo,
Still a Jake. You can still.
oh yeah, you're still a Jake for sure. But it's like you can't say like if a Jake act like an Edomite, he got to be Edomite. You can't
No,
say
I didn't
that.
say
either.
that.
But it's flipped.
But you flipping it.
Well, I am flipping because Christian McCaffrey might just be a Jake.
You just want him to be a Jake.
Yo,
you don't want. He don't want to
he
get
move crazy.
Yo, and it's okay. It's okay. He don't want to give Esau. I don't want to give Esau no motherfucking credit.
No,
Esau.
yo, listen. Watch a. We all seen them. There's plenty of them. Watch an Edomite party on the movie, and watch how they are in movies. And go to an Edomite like a house party, the new house party or house party in general movie, and how we all just come on, man.
All right.
Come on,
So
come on.
So all right.
man.
So you trying to tell me that it's nature nurture? You trying to tell me that a white boy can't fucking grow up in the hood, be around black people all his life, so talk like us, act like us, dance like us? Oh, it's just not gonna happen like that? Fuck out of here, man.
Yo, you even showed me dance. You even showed me dance.
Yeah, and
regimens.
that was
and also, there's a concept of a specific dance style, and you can still see difference between Esau and Jake.
No, that's because Howard Shai Zion, shout out to that brother, Howard Shai Zion, who said every time an Edomite has just a little bit of salt, that's a Jake. It's a Jake. I was like, no, bro.
Oh, man.
No. He's like, yo, this is one Jake that was pop locked in his shit. I mean, one Edomite that was pop locked in his shit. I can't pop lock. And he like, yeah, you can't tell me. He posted a video. You can't tell me they ain't the Jake. And I'm in my head like, I can show you pop locking.
Yeah, I've seen
And
the
it's
Edomite do his thing.
different.
I've seen the Edomite do his thing and be balling. And then when the Jake pull up on the scene, he'd be like, okay, never mind. That's the.
Yeah, so
He told me that, bro.
yeah, so all I'm saying is, I'm gonna give Esau a little bit of credit. They got their mighty men. They got some motherfuckers over there that got some salt or can sing, like Sam Smith, right? White boy. White is a white boy. Pillsbury no white boy. He can sing his fucking ass off with soul too. If you didn't turn the motherfucking TV on and see his face, you would thought he was a Jake. Oh, he a Jake now just because he can sing? I don't want to hear it.
Justin Timberlake. It's a good one.
Justin Timberlake's a great one.
Yeah, it's a great one.
So all that salt that man got on him.
Justin
Okay.
Timberlake sounds like a Jake for sure.
Oh, but guess what? Is he?
No,
Okay, exactly. So that's all.
I might have to ride with that one.
You're proving my point.
You got that one.
Proving my point. I just don't like giving them credit for anything because I just don't fuck with them. I apologize, but it's true. Look, just because one of them fast don't mean that. No, fuck that. Just because one of them strong, I don't hear. Fuck that. Just because one of them can rap.
I'd take strength. I'd take strength all day.
All right.
Athletic ability.
All right.
Lost me with that one.
Bro, you trying to tell me that they don't have no mighty
one
men?
and two. It's one and
Every
two.
nation has
It's
mighty
one
men.
and two.
Why do you think they call it the Olympics?
Look at Luka.
What-
Luka.
Okay, why?
Look at Luka.
Hey, and for the comment board, why do you think they call it Olympics? Because every nation has their mighty men. Now they might not be as mighty as Jake, but the one Japanese fucking sprinter, That nigga has.
Oh, yeah, he runs.
He has the fastest start
he actually out here.
in like history. They say he come out the blocks his first like 10, 15 meters under a second.
Japanese people are quick though.
Oh, but look at you.
You are though. We know that.
But
Bruce Lee and them.
but Bruce Lee was a J.
Definitely a J.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Definitely was a J.
I don't know, bro. That's a little different.
Bruce
man.
definitely a J.
It's a little different.
Bruce definitely a J.
That was a little different.
I take that too. I would be surprised if Bruce is a J.
It's a little different. It's a little different.
The best fighter ever of all time.
I don't know if he was the best fighter.
Wording, the way he moved.
Like his
Be
poetry,
like water and all that.
his poetry, his sense of being, his sense of self. You know, the way he was different.
He said, don't pray for an easy life, but pray for a hard life that you can endure. You a J. you a J.
I mean,
that's just too. That's too.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. And Bruce Lee liked Jake women.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he liked Jake women. No, he dated white women too, but he liked Jake women. You know, so that's just a little debate.
Yeah, a little spiritual little thing, man. Cause this whole video, this whole video we're going into.
What's up, brother?
How y'all doing, man?
How you doing, man?
What's up, brother? We going to the diaspora and the dispersed and Israel only in general. We speckled birds. We look like different situations, and also we had that encounter with that one brother that we perceived to be a Jake that claimed to be a Moor.
Yeah, bro, he was a whole Bro, he was a Jake. Yeah. Bro, there was nothing else to say about it. He was a whole Jake. You know, what you got?
Yeah, we bring out.
Oh, sorry, I'm in a different. Yeah, the other Bible is better. I was in a Blue Letter for a while. Other Bible is very consistent, very, very convenient. Go to the book of Acts. Acts 2, to slam home the point is, again, we start at the top. It says the point is in 5. And when the day of the Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And verse 3, and there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as a fire, and it sat upon each of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance.
Can you go on a Blue Letter and see what cloven tongues mean? Now, mind you, this is when all the during the day of Pentecost, all the Israelites from different nations all came together for the day of Pentecost. Right? This is what this is describing. And all these Israelites were from different nations. Some spoke Greek, some spoke Arabic, some spoke Hebrew, some spoke Italian. I'm just giving languages. They all spoke different Phoenician and all. They were all speaking different languages, but they all knew that they were Hebrew Israelites, and they couldn't understand each other. Right? They couldn't understand each other. But then the Holy Spirit came in, right? And they said like a fire, the cloven tongue. I want to know what that means. Basically, the Holy Spirit came on them, and which gave them a form of spiritual power, where they were able to speak to each other and understand each other's languages. So everything that they heard. So if I'm speaking English right now, but on the comment board, I say you speak Italian. As I'm speaking to you, you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth in Italian. Right?
Probably the second one. It says, I'll read all three. Process of elimination. To cleave asunder, cut in pieces, no. To be divided into opposing parts.
Okay.
To be at variance and decision. A decision and or to distribute. 2 and 3 goes well because the cloven tongues, which they're different. They were all
cloven tongues. Okay, so basically the Holy Spirit came upon these men where they could hear each other's languages, right? It was divided. So all right, I know you speak this, you speak that. So the Holy Spirit went around and basically was on brothers so they can understand each other's languages. This is also a cut to the Christians who believe that all can be grafted in. No, this is only for the nation of Israel. Doesn't matter what language you speak, what land you live in, or even the customs, man. If you come in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai and you are of that bloodline, you are of Israel. So what's that?
There's the point too in verse 5 to answer the brother how correct he is and there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews and devout men out of every nation under heaven. And just like the brother was getting into, this is all for Israelites, and all these different people which are Jews were from different nations around the world. Like we got into earlier on how our people were scattered abroad to all the four corners of the earth. Is the reason why when Yahweh Shai has to come when he comes back, He's going to send his angels to the four corners of earth to deliver his elect, because they're scattered to the four corners of the earth. So now when you in Acts 2 and 5, and you got all these different men from all over the world coming to Jerusalem to do the day of Pentecost, which makes sense because Romans 9 and 4 says that the service of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is pertaining to the Israelites. So it makes sense for it to be Jews out of heaven, out of all nations under heaven.
Under heaven, yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a quick lesson. We just wanted to give some understanding, some edification.
I keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Because it's all slam dunking. Verse 6. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded because every man heard them speak in his own language.
So they were confounded because they were shocked. Basically, meaning they were shocked. They said, "Oh, they lost it with loss of words." Like, whoa! When we got here, I couldn't understand anything that came out your mouth. I just seen your border of blue and your fringes, so I knew you was one of us. But I didn't know what the hell you were saying. Now all of a sudden, the Holy Spirit came in like a whirlwind, gave everybody cloven tongues, or basically being able to speak each other's languages, or at least hear each other's languages as they spoke. And they were confounded. Go ahead.
And it says, and they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, "Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans?"
See? Are they not all Galileans? Right? Because where's Galilee? Galilee is what? And part of Israel. So they like, aren't they not all Galileans? Like, what's going on? Because they all can hear the same language. They can all understand each other fluently. What?
And it says, and how hear we every man our own tongue wherein we were born? Parthians, Medes, Elamites, dwellers of Mesopotamia, Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus, Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, Egypt, and parts of Libya, Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes, Arabians. We do hear them speak in our tongues in wonderful works of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
Beautiful. Beautiful, man. You know? Now, in the very near future, the Lord is going to give us a pure tongue. A pure language. I forget that. We'll end with that. Pure language.
Zephaniah 3 and 9.
So that was spiritual power, man, that the Lord bestowed upon those men, man. And you see how many different nations they quoted. So all these different languages, you're in the same place, but you don't understand anybody. But then all of a sudden, you can understand every single person. You heard everything in your own language. So we can speak freely, man. Right? And they heard the wonderful works of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right?
And also, and lastly, it's a cut because wacky-tacky Christians will literally go to Acts 2 and on past the point of 5, where it says, "See, and you will name all the nations, and they'll try to graft themselves in with those nations, but they're Israelites, all nations under heaven." This is Zephaniah 3 and 9. It says, "For then will I turn to the people of pure language."
See, so after the Lord has redeemed his people from the four corners of the earth, right? So all those people who are speaking in different tongues and different languages and all that, after the Lord has redeemed his people, then he would do what? He will give them a pure language. Go ahead.
Yep, and it says, "For then will I turn to the people of pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, to serve him with one consent."
With one consent. So no longer any confusion, man. Everybody on the earth will be speaking this pure language.
Yes, that's happening too. They came from different languages and they came together with the Holy Spirit with one consent.
Under one consent, right? And this is what's coming in the very near future, man. So me speaking English, this bastard language will be no more, right? This will be an ancient language in the future.
Got it back already. Some brothers can actually speak fluent ancient Hebrew.
But I can guarantee you, dialects and the way they pronounce things.
Probably still a little off.
Still a little off.
It's probably close enough.
They're rehearsing the righteous acts. They're trying, but the Lord is going to give us a pure language where we're going to be able to speak fluently. And guess what? All the tribes of the world are going to have to what? Speak our language, right? They're going to be. They're going to have to speak our language. They're going to have to be under our jurisdiction, our customs, our culture, and our laws. Our laws are going to be universal law. All right,
I give it take 2 to 3, maybe 4 generations.
Not even most
in the kingdom.
Most of the generations are going to be wiped out. So most of their generations are wiped out. So everything coming in from the start of the kingdom of heaven, after that first generation, everybody's going to be speaking Hebrew. Yeah, because they're going to have they're going to have to learn it. And then when you perfect example, like we speak English or Spanish, right? Because what? Imagine these languages are what so-called white people languages,
correct? Yeah,
right? And this is all we know. This is all we know. Just like when their kids are going to be born and their generations, they're going to grow up they're gonna have to hear whatever we speak at that time. All right.
And then if there's a didn't we have schools, man? Probably so.
Yeah, bro. They're gonna have to
All
learn.
Hebrew,
They gotta
all-
learn.
Yeah.
They gotta learn. They're gonna be schools to learn the law. Schools to learn the work trade. All right, what trade you going into? You going into the mines?
Yeah.
You building up the temples?
Yeah.
You paving the streets with gold? Yeah, there's gonna be schools.
Yeah, they're gonna be going to work to serve us, bro.
Exactly. They're gonna be they're gonna be learning to be good servants.
Wow, that's some
That
shit.
is their old.
All I'm doing now.
Exactly what we do. We went to school, right? We go to these Bilderberg schools, Rothschild schools. I mean, right, to learn what their curriculum, how they want us to be in society.
Right,
We learn
yup.
their laws.
Trucking, right.
So we can do what their industries.
Their industries. Yep, you're right.
It's going to be the same thing. They're going to have to learn and go to school and pick up trades. You're going to say how we got carpenters. We're going to have Edomites or Ishmaelites who are their family is known for carpentry. Yo, get me the Edomites out of Kamal Mahar's kingdom that are good at putting gems inside the walls of the stones of the da-da-da-da.
Right.
We're gonna
Because the scripture said
Contract
I
them.
will make your exactors righteousness.
exactly.
So that's what it means.
So they're gonna know. So the masons and the architects are going to know exactly. We're going to teach them, and they're going to be really good. Because guess what? We're going to want nothing less than perfection, because what we are already made perfect. So why would I live in an imperfect home? Why would I have imperfect streets?
Correct.
Or imperfect anything when we are now made perfect through the spirit of power of Yahweh.
The Lord going to turn their abilities up.
Well, we're going to turn their abilities
Yeah,
up.
yup.
Because the thing,
Good
generation are going to know, and they're going to, the taskmasters are going to, yo, you missed the spot. Yo, you off by point some centimeters right there. If Master Shalawamia come and he see that, and trust me, he see all things,
Right.
it's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah,
Fix it.
We're gonna turn our slaves into harem of Biffs, which is the main architect engineer of Solomon's kingdom.
God. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom, brothers.